It doesn't matter whether or not you're good at things when you're young, and this is why. If there's one common reason I see most young men fail and give up on their goals, it's because they're just not good at it. They're failing their streak, they're failing to get girls, they're failing to do whatever they want to get good at. So they think, oh, it's just not for me, I should just do something else. But when you're younger, it's not actually how good you are at something, but how directionally correct you are. So let's put it this way. Let's imagine a scenario with two different guys and they're both doing MMA classes. On the first few classes, both of them are getting their asses kicked. They're both just getting absolutely destroyed. They're not getting any submissions. They're not winning any fights. But in scenario one with the first guy, he goes, man, I'm just not good at this MMA thing. I think, I might have to try a different martial art, or maybe martial arts just aren't for me. I wasn't born with it. I'm not a fighter. I didn't grow up the way these guys growed up. Now, guy two is also getting his ass kicked and everything, but his mindset is, the only way I'm gonna get better is if I continue to practice. So he goes home and he watches all the videos on how to do double legs, how to perfect his singles, how to get better shots, how to throw better punches. In which scenario is the guy gonna get better? Obviously in the second scenario, the guy's gonna get better. Now, although both of these guys were ass at the start, why is the second guy gonna succeed? Because he's directionally correct. He's not worried about, am I good now? He's worried about, am I in the direction to get good? Am I in the path that leads to someone who's good at MMA? Because the direction of quitting MMA is not being good at MMA, but the direction of continuing to improve is what will make you improve, obviously. So he knows that he's going in the right direction. So although he might not be good in a week, in a month, in a year, he will eventually have to get good. And we can apply this to your self-improvement journey. Yeah, sure, you bitched out on talking to that girl. Sure, you're not as disciplined as you want to be. But are you in the direction of someone who's getting better? Because let's say you give up right now and you're like, self-improvement's just not for me. I'm just gonna play video games. I don't care. This is all so stupid. Is that gonna be the way you get better? Is that gonna be the way you go up to the girl? No, that's not gonna be the way you go up to the girl. There's gonna be some guy like, yes it is. No, shut up, bro. Fucking guy, I always get one of those comments, but no, but you're on the direction. All right, if you go to the gym every single time, and every time you're thinking, I should go up to that girl, I should go up to that girl, I should go up to that girl, eventually you're just gonna be like, fuck it, bro. I've had this thought so many times and I've always wanted to go up to these girls, but I just never do. You know what? Fuck it, bro. Like once you get the thought countless times, eventually you're just gonna do it. Do you think after constantly knowing Instagram is bad for you and constantly going on to Instagram still and being like, this is bad for me, this is bad for me, but you still do it anyway, don't you think one day you'll just be like, you know what, I'm just gonna delete the app. Why do I still have this? It's not good for me. Now, the only reason, and I'll give you a quick reason why you would still do it, is because you're convincing yourself that it's good for you. You're convincing yourself that, no, I'm going on there to make money. I'm going on to social media because I want to build my following so that I can sell you're convincing yourself it's going to be good for you. That's the only reason you're still going on to Instagram. That's the only reason you're still playing video games. That's the only reason you're still doing any of these bad habits, is because you're convincing yourself it's good for you. When it's clearly not, you know it's not, but you're telling yourself, it's 1 hour of video games, it's a holiday, it's okay, everyone's online and I'm just gonna play. It's not. You know it's bad for you. You know that 1 hour. And sure, you wanna play the 1 hour of video games, whatever. Just admit to yourself it's bad for you. Don't tell yourself it's good for you. Be like, I wanna play 1 hour of video games today. It's not gonna be bad for me. It's gonna probably decrease my discipline. It's probably gonna make me feel like shit, but it's worth it because all my friends are on. I would respect you way more if you were to just be there and just like actually take some fucking responsibility and be like, you know what, this is actually bad for me, but I still want to do it. You know what? And this is why alcoholics and stuff, I'm going on a side tangent, but this is why they still drink, because they tell themselves, oh, it's 1 drink a day, it's 2 drinks a day, it's not a problem, it's only 1 hour a day, like you're just a little crack addict. It's not. It's 1 drink a day. Yeah, it's gonna be bad for you. Is it worth it? Do you want the 1 drink a day? Don't tell yourself it's only 1 drink a day. It is only 1 drink a day and it's gonna be bad for you. Is it worth it? It's only 1 hour of video games a day. It's gonna be bad for you. Is it worth it? It's not only, it's gonna be an hour of video games, it's gonna be bad. Is it worth it? But this is why it doesn't matter if you're fully good at things now. It doesn't matter if you're fully good at the self-improvement habits now, because the beauty of self-improvement is that if you continue to have the constant thoughts, if you continue to want to get better, it doesn't matter if it takes you 5 years, 10 years, it doesn't matter if it takes you 1 month to get to where you want to go. Eventually, over enough time, you're just gonna start to get better. You'll have to get better. And I didn't have this mindset when I first started self-improvement. I'd wonder why I wasn't good at certain things and all of that stuff, but Eventually, I just started to get better. Eventually, I just started to get better social skills. After reading How to Win Friends and Influence People, reading books, wanting to get better. You just need to want to get better, and you need to go into the right direction. As long as you're in the direction of someone who's getting better. All right, the direction of someone who's gonna get better at social skills is someone who's gonna try as much as they can to learn social skills, read the books about it, watch the videos about it, and just learn as much about it. The direction isn't someone who goes up to someone once, messes up, and then is like, you know what, fuck social skills, I don't need them right now, I'm young. Like, if you're on the right direction, even if your progress is slow, even if you go from saying hi to someone to saying how's your day, it's enough progress to eventually you'll get to the point where you're having a full conversation with someone. You're at the gym, you're working out, you see someone training hard and you're like, yo bro, that's sick man, how long you been working out for? You have a whole conversation, you meet a new friend. Eventually you'll get there. Eventually, I really want you to understand this. Eventually you will get there. Eventually any of you guys will get to the point you want to be. You just need to stay in the right direction. You need to stay in the right direction, and you need to not go off the path of that direction. And this is also why it's essential to compete with others, but not compare. Because we're all in this journey at our own pace. And yes, don't be lazy and don't let him beat you. Don't let him get better than you. But at the same time, if someone gets better or someone can get girls earlier than you, it's okay, because they all started where you are, and even if they got there faster than you, you just need to stay in that direction and you will eventually get to their point. So yes, compete with them. Don't be like, oh, he's getting the girls, I guess I can't get the girls because it's all for him. Like, no, still compete. Be like, fuck, I gotta get some girls because this guy's getting it too. But don't compare. Don't be like, he's getting all the girls and I'm getting none. And it seems so similar that it would be easy to just flip it around and be like, wait, that's the same thing. But if it makes sense, if he's like, oh, you know, he's disciplined or something and he goes to the gym 5 times a week and I can only go 3 times a week, that's okay. Just try your best. Still try and compete with him, still try and get better, but don't compare it because you're still on this journey at your own speed. You grew up differently, you got your own things. Don't give yourself excuses, but like, you got your own things you need to build up on. So it's okay if you're going slower than others. Just don't let others beat you because you're being lazy. And when you realize literally everyone who you aspire to be like was where you are at one point. Most people who were rich were broke. Most guys in the gym who were jacked were skinny at some point. Most people who have, you know, the body you want, the money you want, the life you want, had the life you have right now at one point. So you need to understand, what did they do? How'd they get there? And you need to look at that and be like, they went in this direction, I'm kind of going in this direction, which looks like I'm going in this direction, but really I'm still playing an hour of video games per day and all that stuff. So what I should probably do is take a look at that guy. He has the life I want, he has the money I want. What did he do? Okay, he read books every day, he did this. Okay, I'm not reading books every day, I'm not reading, 100 pages of a book every day, I'm only reading 10. All right, let me steer, and now I'm in the right direction. So what if that guy got rich in 5 years? It might take you 10, but you're going in that direction. And eventually, bro, it might take you your whole fucking lifetime. But eventually you have to get to where they are. If you want to be 100 millionaire, if you want to be like a huge fucking guy, like with a lot of money and stuff, eventually you have to get there. It might take your whole life. But if you look at the top guys, you're looking at the top business guys, and you're just driving as hard as you can, going into that direction, eventually you have to fucking get there. Like, eventually. It might take your whole life. You might die before you get there. But who cares? Eventually you have to get farther than where you are right now, right? You might get to 50 million instead of 100 million. Would you be happy with 50? Of course you would. Of course you'd be fucking happy with 50. So you need to understand this. You need to understand that. You just need to look at the direction the people you want to be like went in and follow that direction, and eventually you will become like them. So the only question you should ever ask yourself is not how far you are, but which direction you are going in. If you're new here, my name is Adam Blondin. I'm a 15-year-old who makes these videos to help other young men who are in the situation I was in just a little while back. So if you're new, go down and click on the subscribe and post notification button. It helps us both out. Be a doer, not a thinker. See ya.